Hi everyone, it's me Leigh with Victorian Dreams by Leigh. I shouldn't say everyone, I should say hi friends. Okay, so I was asked and I offered, and I don't mind, to do a tutorial on the Woodie Wagon and a Griffin die easel card, and it's a Woodie Wagon. So we're going to make this. It's hard to see it in black, so I'm going to do it in a different color. So let's get started. It's kind of easy. So let me show you what we're working with, and I'll tell you all the steps that I know. So this is the Woodie Wagon. We're going to need the shadow and the wagon. We don't need, well, you'll want this for decorations, but we don't need the easel card part. Okay, and it makes these easel cards. That'll give you some ideas on how to decorate. It's called the Woodie Wagon Slimline Easel Die, and it does have a 4-inch by 2-inch, and it holds a lot of candy in here. Let's see. I have my lotion. See how big that is, and see how much it holds a lot. It rolls around in there. So okay. So let's just put that off to the side. Alrighty. So we'll get started. You will need one sheet of paper. This is just 8.5 by 11. This is 80-pound linen cardstock I buy in Dallas at a wholesale paper place. And you need to cut it, the shadow layer, cut it. Let me move this out of the way. We don't need that while I'm working. You need to cut it 2 times through the machine. So run it through, flip it over, and then run it through. You're going to have paper left over here, and if you back them up, you'll have paper left over here. You do need a little scrap of paper. So run that twice. Okay, so we did, and here it is. Here it is. We ran it twice. Okay, and put that right there. You will have to run this, and I'm going to be very honest with you. It goes, here's a black one. It goes right there. You can pop dot it if you want. You can put other colors in there to make it look like a padded wagon as in panels, not padded. But see how this one has a different color? All I did was cut in there to have the different colors, because the shadow layer is a brown, but then it's got the brown in the window, and then it's got this wood looking grain here. And here's what the actual easel card looks like. Okay. So you just need to trim it in, or if you cut it with a different one, you would save these pieces. So you would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this piece right here too. Okay, so you would cut that normal with whatever you choose. You could choose to cut it out of fancy gold metallic paper. You could use that. This is just cardstock to show you. Now, to get the other side, I cut this out of white, and you can see how on the back side, this is Anna's paper. I cut it backwards. So let me show you how you get it to see this side. You can see all the really pretty indents and embossing, and see how I saved to make this panel. I saved the pieces and stuck in there, and it's easier than cutting the paper. Cutting the paper, you had to go around the wheel and all that. So saving these panel pieces and gluing them in is 10 times easier. Okay, so on this side, I didn't show you very much because look how it doesn't show the embossing. My lighting is so bad. It doesn't show the embossing, and I don't mind that because it's the back side, but at least it matches. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, okay, so let me show you how to cut that, because this is the hardest thing in the whole project, and it's not hard. So if I had a die machine set up, which I don't have it set up. So what you do is, say I wanted it to be the gold to match. You would flip your paper. Let me get one of the golds. You would flip your paper this way, okay? And you would be looking at the white, the opposite. Then you would put this here. Nope. This goes down. Where normally we cut into the magnet and we mess up the magnet and we don't mess up the plastic shield because the A-plate costs a lot more, and we've learned to always cut, you know, like if we're using this, we would cut that to get this beautiful die right here with the embossed, okay? We would cut the cutting part down into the magnet on the gold. Well, that's not what we want. We want to flip it. So we're flipping this, and this cutting part, the rigid part, is looking at you. Then your paper is also, let me see what I did. Let me make sure. So your paper, the white is looking down, so you're looking at the gold. Yes, yes. And then you're going to cut it, and if you can see the car. I don't know if you can see the car cut into my machine. You can barely see it, and it will cut it out, and it's going to leave a little bit of a pattern on it. So we normally don't do that. This right here is like 4 years old. So and this is the first one I've ever used, and look, it's not bad at all. If you put this in hot water, in the oven in hot water, and let it cook for about, I don't know, boil water on the stove, set this in a pan, pour it over. Then I had to put my mixer on top of it. It will totally flatten this and take out all these grooves and everything. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. So this is facing up. This is facing up, the gold, because that's opposite of how we normally cut it. Then we run it through, okay? And we get this. See how when we ran it through, it was this, but we got this. And that goes on the back. And I'll show you if you can see the difference. I'm sorry about the lighting. Okay, that's as hard as it gets. We're done with that. Okay, so we have these two pieces. So now we need to, out of another piece of cardstock, we need to have 9 by 3 piece of paper. We need to have a 2 by 9, and then we need to have 1 inch by 3. Okay, so we're going to get those pieces, and we're going to get our scoreboard out. I'm probably over telling you. I'd rather over tell you, because you can always put me on number 2 and fast forward. So on the 3 by 9, 1/2 inch all the way down, turn it around, and 1/2 inch all the way down. Okay, let me get my notes. Then we want to, if you need to take a screenshot of that, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. Then we're going to score it 2.5 and 6.5. So here is 2.5 and 6.5. If you're uncomfortable, just do 2.5, flip it around, and do 2.5. Okay, we're done with that. On the 2 by 9, we're going to turn it long ways, and we need 1/2 inch. And we're done with that. Okay, and then on this 1 inch by 3, we need 1/2 inch on the long way, turn it around, and 1/2 inch. Okay, so this has 1/2 inch on each side. That's a brace. This has only a 1/2 inch on one side. That's to glue it down. And this is 1/2 inch all the way down. And then 2.5 and 2.5. And there's your box. Okay, we're ready to put together. Okay, so on this one that looks like this, the 3-inch, we're going to get our scissors, and you can see where it comes here and here at 2.5. We're going to just take the nips and cut those little corners on all 4 out so that it will fold up and not be bulky. And we're just going to take a piece and a piece, and it can be thinner than what I'm showing so that you don't show light. Okay, so there you go. And see how we're going to just take these pieces out like I have written down. Okay, and then we just fold it up and glue it. So let's get these pieces out of the way. Okay, and on this one we're just going to fold that one piece over. On the 2x9 we're going to fold that 1/2 over and set it. This is the last piece you use. This is a brace, so the one that we scored, we're just going to fold those pieces over and for a brace. Okay, so let's put this together. So we're going to get this, and the reason why this is 2 and this is 2, so let's just go ahead and fold these over. You can burnish them, which is what you should be doing, and I'll do that to make sure it works well. Since I have it cut and it's not just a demo, I will end up recreating this and making another one to give away. And since I made it, I might as well use it. It'd be something cute to put in someone's mailbox, especially like a men's birthday. Okay, so the reason why you're going to take one side, and the reason why this is 2 is I said, how long can I go from here to here, and it became 4 inches for me, and how high can I go from here to here, and that's where I got 2, 4, 2. This is what you do on anything you want to make a box out of that has a shadow layer. The balloon can have a shadow layer that she makes. The houses all can have shadow layers, or not shadow layers, boxes by this standard. And this is 2 inches. It could be 6 inches. It could be a full big box. It could be 4 inches. It could be whatever you want. So I wanted 2 here by 4 by 2, and see how it fits. See how it fits, and it stops before you can see over it. It's about a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch down. So okay, let's get the glue gun. I use glue, hot glue. Let's put glue, a little bit of glue, and let's just glue these straight up and down, all around. It's flying away. I'm sure you know how to do this now that I've showed you. Let's just make it straight. So if you put it there, flyaways. I bought really cheap glue sticks, and when you buy the cheap ones, it makes those flyaways really there. This time I really see the difference. Okay, one more. Just glue the little corner. You don't need very much, and let it just sit up. And there you go. So there is your box. So now we're just going to take it and glue it on. The hardest part is putting the other one on. So let's put glue, glue, and glue. And if you get it wrong, you take your heat gun, you heat it up, and you take it off and you reset it. So this looks comfortable right there. So that was easy. And we're going to burnish down with my finger inside. Let me turn it this way, it'd be easier. And so there's half the car. And see, okay, now you take the other half, and since it's the same color, I just flipped it, and then all I do is glue this part there. Okay, we're almost done. So this is the hardest part, is to make sure it is level. So what I do is just put the glue a little bit, and remember, if you get it wrong, whatever tape, you heat it up with your heat gun and you can take it off and redo it. So all I do is look down. I have to look down and I try to just get it centered, that it's equal, and I push it together. And I might have taken so long that it only glued on a little bit, and it only glued on the bottom, which is fine with me because I took so long. So now I just go back and I'm pressing that. So now I only have this side because I can feel that I took so long that it was drying. Let me put another glue stick in because it's not wanting to push through. And see how it had just barely stayed on. I'm just re-adding the glue and re-adding the glue because I took so long, and I'm going to straighten it up, and it's glued on. So now let me just press it down. Okay, we're done with that part. And I thought, okay, I thought I was done when I was making it, but this was too flimsy. So then I knew that the space in between here is 2 inches. So I took this and made it 2 inches, and then ½ inch and ½ inch is well more than enough. So let's put some glue and let's stick this down in here to hide it. So we're hiding it. We're putting it about halfway down. The bottom of this is on the top of the wheel. So let's just put it there, and let's just see where it wants to fall. And it wants to fall right there. Okay, so now it's not flimsy. And then I thought, okay, then, all right, I'm going to decorate. So I started decorating, and I thought, ooh, I don't like that hole. So how do I figure out what to do? So this is why this is 2 inches, because this is still 2 inches. This is 2 inches. It's 2 inches apart. ½ inch, you take it in the inside of it, where it's inside the lip. You take it and you put it right here, and it scores down. And so you see how it's inside here, and then this fits in between, and it hit right here, and then all I did was rotate it. And I rotated it, and I think I had this a little bit higher on mine. I don't think I can see. I think I did have it a little bit higher on the first one. I would have it just a little higher. It's being hidden. And so you just take it and you put how you like it, and then you just rotate it around. I'm not even folding it or anything. See, I'm not even folding it. I'm letting it be a curve. But I am going to make sure that this isn't here. I'm pushing it further out. So I need to glue it probably back to the back tires, because I don't want that little thing. So I need to keep pushing it. And once I now know that I need to pull on it, I'm going to put some glue on the back. You can use tape or glue, and I'm going to pull it, and I'm going to just glue it down, and then we're done. So you could, since I'm using this green right here, since I'm using the green, you could take your green piece. I wanted to do it the other day, and this could be 9 by 2 and score it at ½ and this right here could be green, and you could wrap it around and it would match the hood of the car. See how instead of having it black, you could have put that there and it would be green, this top piece, and it would match this. I hope you understand that. So okay, so we have this part done, and then all we do is we decorate here, and we take the other one that we cut backwards and we decorate there. I don't put a lot into the back because you don't see it, but then you decorate, decorate, decorate. I cut out the tree. I cut out more tires to match the inlay. Hurry